Hello everyone. Some time ago, we received a letter from a subscriber asked, I recently saw a headline about the oceans warming up. How do we know that they are warming? So, what I want to do in this video is talk about that. Firstly, let's say two pictures. The first picture shows the global ocean surface temperature in July 2002. The lighter the color, the higher the temperature. And then this is the global ocean surface temperature in July 2019. And you can see that the overall color in this image is lighter than the previous image. This means that the average ocean temperature in 2019 are higher than that in 2002. If we take a bunch of maps of ocean surface temperature and make a video of them, we can easily say that the ocean surface temperature rose over time. Let's go back the question from the subscriber. The answer of this question is by measuring. So, how do people measure the temperature of the ocean? Before 1940s, people used buckets on ropes to measure the ocean temperature, like this one. As you would expect, drop the bucket to the level you want to measure the temperature of the sea, and then put the bucket up to measure the temperature of the water in it. But there are some obvious problems with this method. Actually, you can't be sure how deep the water is taken from, because when you put the bucket on board, the water is in the bucket is exchanged with the water outside, and after the bucket leaves the sea surface, the water inside is also exchanged heat with the atmosphere. So, there may be a big difference between the sea temperature measured by this method and the actual sea temperature. So people stopped using this method and replaced it with more advanced methods. There are 6 instruments that we use today to measure the temperature of the sea. The first one is ship-based temperature, which are also measured on board the ship using temperature sensors instead of bucket on ropes. The advantage of this method is that the measuring range is wide and the recording time is long. The second method is to use moored buoys, which measure not only the temperature but also other factors. The advantage of this method is that it can measure a fixed position for a long time, which is helpful to compare the temperature change at different times. But buoys are expensive and can cover only a limited area. The third one is expandable Bessey seismograph. It has an expandable probe that it can go down to the ocean up to 800 meters and transmit its temperature measurements back to the ship. The first way is use satellites in space that measures the temperature of the ocean surface by measuring its infrared rays and microwaves. This way has a very wide range of measurements. Do you remember the first 2 pictures we looked at? That's how people got them. Next one is Argo floats. It can float up and down in the sea, dive to 2,000 meters and transmit data to satellites, but very expensive. However, these methods I mentioned above are difficult to measure the temperature of the ocean beneath ice, so mammals are used as sampler. Temperature sensors are placed on mammals to measure the temperature of sea ice and beneath the ice by their checks. These 6 methods are combined today to obtain global ocean temperatures. By measuring temperatures at different times and comparing them, then people speculate that the oceans are warming.